This video, we're going to talk about transformations, transformations on points and equations, but my focus is only going to be on H and K. So I'm going to perform, identify, and write transformations, but this video is only going to focus on H and K, only H and K. So let's get to it. So given the following coordinates, so I have these points 2, 4, 0, 3, -1, -2, perform the following transformation. Slide each point to the left 3 and down 2. Write the new coordinates from the transformation in the table provided. Now, when I teach this problem in class, it's very, very possible to do this without a graph. But I kind of suggest to students that are just getting started with transformations to use a graph to help you out. Don't try and take shortcuts until you're feeling very, very comfortable with things. So if I want to take these coordinates and then perform the transformation of slide left 3 and down 2 and get new coordinates, I'm going to use my graph. So how I'm going to start is I have the point 2, 4. So x first, we're going to go move left and right first. So I need to move to 2 and then positive 4, and then I'll do y second. So right 2 and up 4. That is my original coordinates here for this guy. My second coordinate, 0, 3. So my x is 0. My y is 3. There's my second coordinate. And my third coordinate, -1, -2. So left 1, down 2. Okay, those are the 3 coordinates I have. What I need to do is I'm going to move all of them left 3 and down 2. And I'm going to take this by a point-by-point situation. So if I'm taking this first point, I need to go left 3 and down 2. I just count over to the left, and I'll try and show without my fingers in the way. Left 3, 1, 2, 3. Left 3, and then down 2, down 1, 2. There is my new coordinates right there in red. So I just need to write out these coordinates, the x first and the y. So this new red point is at an x of -1 and then a y value of 2. So that first point, after it's transformed, goes to -1, 2. Okay. Then I'm going to move the second point, left 3, 1, 2, 3, and then down 2, 1, 2. Left 3 and down 2. Write my coordinates here. The x value there is -3, and the y value being +1. X first, then y. My final point, it started at -1, -2. We need to go left 3, 1, 2, 3, and then down 2, down 1, 2. Write my x and y coordinates. We're at -4. And -4. And that's how I use my graph to perform transformations. Just slide everything left 3 and then down 2. Okay. Another example we could see with transformations is identifying transformations. So the following g function, there it is, came from the parent function f of x equals x squared. So this is the original. This is my new function. Original or my parent, new function. Identify all the transformations that occur from f to g. So as a reminder from class, we're looking at, this is the general form of equations that we look at using only h and k. We know h is located inside of parentheses or inside of some sort of grouping symbol. It's going to slide us left and right, so h controls sliding left and right. But it works in opposites, which we talked about that in class. We'll talk about it here. It works in opposites. So even though if you think things are going negative, they're actually going positive. And if things look like they're going positive, they're actually going negative. K, as a reminder, is in the back, and it's going to slide us up and down, and it has no special gimmicks. If you see something that's positive, go in a positive direction, go up. If you see something that's negative, go down, go in a negative direction. All right, let's get it. So as I'm working through these problems, I'm being very mindful of what am I dealing with, and then I'll figure out the specifics. So I read g of x equals x plus 4 squared, and that's in parentheses, plus 3. So the first number I need to explain is that 4, So I see that 4 is inside of parentheses, so I know that is definitely an h. So I know I'm sliding left and right, but we work in opposites. So I see a plus 4. Now what your mind's going to think, if you're looking at a graph sliding left and right, plus 4 would be to the right. That's where positive 4 is. But we work in opposites. Even though I see plus 4, let's move towards negative 4. So let's go to the left 4. So one of my transformations is slide left 4. So even though I see plus 4 there, let's move in the negative direction to the left 4. That explains that first number. The next number I see is that tiny 2, which is the square. That's just what makes this graph a quadratic. That is not one of my transformations. That little exponent is not one of my transformations. And then the other number I see is this 3. So I got to explain that 3. I got to explain that 3. So it is in the back. It's outside the parentheses, so I know it is a k. So I know we're either sliding up or down. And k is nice and friendly to us because positives are going to send you up and negatives are going to send you down. Positives on the y-axis are up, negatives on the y-axis are down. I see a plus 3, so I'm thinking we're going to slide up 3. And that is how you identify transformations. Okay? Now we're going to move in a little bit different direction on my last example in this video. We are given the parent function, f of x equals the absolute value of x. So this is my original. We need to write a new function, g, with the following transformations. It needs to slide right 2 and slide down 1. So I'm still thinking about those h and k's, and I need to do these 2 transformations. So we're going to start with my original, which is the absolute value of x, but I need to make a new function, g, with these transformations. The first thing I need to do is slide right 2. So where my head goes, if I'm going to slide right 2, I'm thinking about, is that an h or a k situation? Sliding, I believe it was right is what it said, is an h thing, and it needs to happen inside of parentheses or inside a grouping, and it needs to be opposites. So if I want to go right 2, I need to mess with the x inside of this parentheses. So I'm thinking, if I want to go right 2, if I'm thinking about that x-axis, if I want to go right 2, you're going to see a positive 2 there, but we need to use a negative because of opposites. I'm going to use an opposite there. So it's going right 2. If you think about a graph going right 2, let's use a negative number instead. So I'm going to have an x minus 2. That's my first transformation. Then I need to complete the second transformation, which is slide down 1. So I'm going to take this equation, keep working with it. We still have this, but we need to now slide down 1. So if I think about sliding down 1, I'm going down 1, sliding down 1. That is k. That's messing with the number in the back. It is no opposites here, so if I want to go down 1, I should just use a minus 1. So there is my original function. Here's my transformed new function that is going from the original parent function. It is going to slide right 2, opposites, and slide down 1. So that would be my newly written equation. So this was a quick overview on how to perform, identify, and write transformations.